anyone just passing by, passing through. But welcome back to the channel. And for anyone that may have just, clicked on the channel and haven't been here before, this is a channel for moms. It's geared towards moms. It's a channel where we come together and we uplift each other. We encourage each other. We deposit little nuggets of hope and inspiration, into each other. Um, we don't judge each other. We just really try to be, I guess, an outlet. We really try to be a group, a tribe, a vibe, if you will, of other moms. And I want everyone to feel comfortable coming in here and sharing without having to feel like you're going to be criticized or laughed at or what have you. So, welcome to the channel. This is where we are trying our best to balance out this thing called motherhood, and we are doing it together. Okay, so welcome, and I hope you enjoy it here, and I hope you come back. So, that's pretty much the gist of the channel, and so we have different topics. And the topics I either, sometimes they're me, they're like mine or my life, things I've encountered that day or that last week or whatever. Other times there's things I may encounter, with friends or family or even at work, with working with families. So I get my inspiration for the topic from different places. Ultimately, I would love for the majority of the topics to come from here, from you guys. So please, in the chat, well, I say chat, but in the comment section, if there is something that you want to discuss, please say it. I want you guys' idea. I want ideas. I really want this to be our channel and not just about, me and my thoughts and what I have going on, but, a collective thing. So today's topic is not something that I'm experiencing, right now personally, but it's something that I ran across on social media. And I know that a lot of times when things are trending or if they're on social media, there's a need, or there's a desire for it, or there's a I don't know, I guess an algorithm or whatever for it. But anyway, the thing is, mourning your life, how could I say it, before children. So it's the idea of mourning your life and how you lived your life prior to having children. And the mourning part, that could be a strong word, mourning. That's right along with grieving, meaning there's a loss. There's something that was important to you or something that you enjoyed or what have you, and it has been taken away. It's not just about the death or the passing of a loved one, but you can mourn anything that meant a lot to you and was a major part of your life and it's gone. So I want us to talk about that. Because to me, it's one of those subjects that I think it's a reality, but I think moms have a hard time like saying it or facing that fact that they may be grieving or mourning their past life. You know? So this is our place where we come, right? This is where, if nowhere else, you should be able to come here and be honest and truthful and get it out, and then we just deal with it, right? So let's deal with it. Hey, like I said, I personally not there right now. Sometimes I might, like I can't even remember. To be honest, I can't even remember what life was like hardly before children. My oldest is what, 11. So it was just 11 years ago, but I can barely remember. When I do remember, one of the memories that kind of comes to mind quickly that I don't have to think too hard about, I do remember Sundays. We would go to church on Sundays, and Sunday afternoon, you guys, you're talking about the best sleep ever, but I would get a Sunday nap. Oh my goodness, it was so like rejuvenating. It gave me life for real. But not only that, another funny thing I remember about the Sunday naps after church, after you eat and then you know get your comfy clothes on and get on the couch or whatever, or get in the bed, was Lifetime movies. I used to be big on Lifetime movies. I would love it when it was like a holiday. Like let's say it was Mother's Day, and it would be all these. It would be a whole weekend of like the bad mom, the mom that like I don't know tried to kill somebody. What anyway? Oh, the mom tried to harm someone. Um, but yeah. So with the Lifetime movie, that was like my thing. You know, that was my thing. And it was something I enjoyed doing, and I could do it for hours. I didn't have to be at work till the next morning, so I had the whole afternoon to just do me and to be myself. So anyway, um, you do that. Maybe you can take a moment and try to think of some things, or maybe you're one of those people where you don't have to think long and hard because you might be literally right now actively mourning your pre-mom life, right? So anyway, I just want to I guess validate. I guess I just want to come up here and validate those feelings. I want to validate those thoughts. Those thoughts and those feelings about a time when life seemed more carefree. Well, seemed could have been, hey, I'm not, hey, seemed or was more carefree. A time when life was more about you, a time where life was more, I don't know, relaxing. Maybe at times it felt more rewarding or gratifying, you know, you got more out of it, or there was more maybe instant gratification. Um, Maybe it was a time that you excelled in your career. Maybe it was a time that you spent a lot of times with your friends. You know, you did a lot of things socially. You know, maybe it was a time that you had hobbies that you enjoyed and you look forward to those hobbies, and you had a calendar where you had things mapped out what you were going to be doing which weekend, you know, like that. Those are valid feelings. You know, and if you miss those things, or if you think about those things in that way, it doesn't make you a bad mom. You know, it actually makes you human. So I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on it, but I just when I saw it, I said, let me get up here and let me throw this out at my mom's, just in case there's one of you that is feeling like that, you know, because we know that this mom lifestyle is very selfless, not selfish, selfless. We put ourselves to the side a lot. We sacrifice a lot, right? We prioritize a lot of other things for our families, for our children, for our spouses or significant others. Um, so sometimes it can feel like you're almost smothered as a person, you know? Like whatever you fill in your name, Vanessa, you know, Brittany, Angel, you know, fill in your name. But it's almost like, where is she now? You know, where is she? She's been like swallowed up. That's how I feel sometimes. That's how I feel. But in reality, she is still here. You know, we just have to be mindful of her, which is a reason for my channel. We just have to be mindful of her, and we have to nurture her, and we have to speak life into her and encourage her because she's still here. She just wears different hats now, and sometimes, you know, those hats kind of make her feel like she's not here, but she is. So to bring all of this around, like I like to do, and I like to um, make sure it's positive. So first of all, I wanted to validate those feelings. If that is you today, I want to validate it. It's okay to think that way or to feel that way. But what we then have to do is be like, okay, man, that was good. I remember being able to go out to a local bar, you know, and hang out. I remember going over to my girlfriend's house, and you know, we would sit around and, you know, watch movies or play cards, you know, for hours. Or every Friday night, I went up and did karaoke. You know, whatever it is for you that you're kind of missing, I would say find a version of that you can do now. You know, maybe you can't go every Friday. Maybe you can't hang out with, you know, the group of friends. Maybe you can't go to every meeting. Maybe you're in a certain group or activity, or like a sorority or a book club, or you know, whatever it is that you might have been a part of in your community. You know, now you're not. You can be, maybe just not as much. So my encouragement is it's okay to think about that, but don't allow yourself to get stuck there because it is the past, right? And we can look on it and be like, oh, wow, those were some good days. Those were some fun days. But guess what? We have fun days now, okay? We have good days now. They're just different because we're moms. So things have changed. So we're going to embrace where we are now, and we can do that while also thinking back to back then and it being a good thing too. I hope I'm making sense. Like you can do both. I just don't want you to feel like you can't feel that way or you can't go back and think about those things because you can. But I want you to know that you can bring it around and you can find ways to incorporate some of those things into your daily life now. It just may not look the same, and it may not happen as often, but there are ways to engage, on a level that can, include some of those things that you used to do and that you used to enjoy, right? I mean, that's what we're all about, right? We are trying to get that balance, and doing things that you used to do can help to bring that balance, okay? So that's my nugget for today. If you find yourself kind of mourning, grieving your life before children, I would encourage you to look at ways that you can do some of those same things now. You know, look at how you can incorporate that into your life now. So, with that being said, that's my spiel. But ladies, hello, in the comments, I want you to share. Those are things that came to my mind, as to how you might be able to handle this, or balance it out. But I want you guys to share. If you have some ideas for the other mamas, what are some things that you've done to try to keep yourself, you're like me, Quan. My name is Quan. So, like, what are some things that I'm doing now to keep Quan, at the forefront or somewhere? She might not be at the forefront every day, but can she kind of hang around? Does she have to be way over, way back there? Like, bring her up here. Like, share how you are doing that, and in the comments so that other moms can get some ideas. And if you're a mom that is struggling with that, you can share that in comments as well. And maybe someone will come in and comment. I know I'm going to be in the comments, but someone can come in the comments and try to encourage you and give you some ideas. Okay? So that's it for the day. That is it for the day. I hope you guys got something out of that. I want to thank everyone that has subscribed. When I tell you, oh my goodness, when I see that I have a new subscriber, I'm like, yay! Because I feel like the more of us that are in here, the more of us that can share. Because we all have different lifestyles, right? We all come from different backgrounds. We have different age children. We have children that are different. We have children that are differently abled. So there may be someone in the group that has a child that's differently able to do certain things. Hey, we want all of us to feel a part of the group. And it takes all of us being in here. Because we can only share kind of what we know about and what we've been exposed to. So we bring all of us in here, that gives us a whole pool of variety, right? And I'm hoping that the more moms in here, we'll have somebody that will have, something for us, right? So we can keep each other uplifted and encouraged. So you guys continue to have an amazing day. Love on yourself today. Love on someone else today. If you can, do something special for yourself. Go through a drive-through and get you a coffee, get you a cookie, get you a, whatever your thing is, get you a milkshake. But do something sweet for yourself today, all right? Keep doing what you do. You guys are amazing. You are amazing. Look forward to seeing you guys. I'll be back. Take care. Love you guys. Bye-bye.